look, you and I know a lot of bands and artists. We love many songs by folks who are no longer here, who died way too soon.
Mhm.
And it's just, they leave us, they leave us these gifts. They leave us this,
Yeah, right.
and so yeah, it's all part of it.
Hey, welcome back to Into the Music. I'm Chris. I'm here with Greg, and Greg's got a song for me to react to. So tell me about it, Greg.
Yeah, so I got the song here that I want you to listen to, and it's connected to a band that we just recently reacted to,
Mhm.
and where a few members from that band, New Order, used to play on this group.
Order.
Okay,
Okay.
and so the group is Joy Division, and the song is "Love Will Tear Us Apart." So I want you to check that out and
Okay.
come on back and tell me what you think. Wait,
I'm,
right? You don't know this, right? I mean,
I'm
I'm
wondering
like
what
I'm
the,
assuming you know all that. Like you don't know
no,
the
I
song.
don't know it, but I'm wondering what the Captain and Tennille thought about this.
I was going to bring that up in the review part.
All right. We'll hold
All right,
off on
so
that.
you
Okay.
just you
Let me
just
give it a
got me on
listen.
that one. Like just okay, cool. All right.
There's an interesting contrast here between the music and the lyrics. The music was fair, kind of kind of a little uplifting. Da 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 da. That part. But the subject matter was not too uplifting. But this was an interesting song. I didn't know what to expect because I think these are the two guys from New Order. This would be for New Order. Um, so I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect exactly. If it was going to sound very much like New Order, I'd say the only thing that was similar really was uh, the drums were kind of on the heavy side, but with New Order they're tremendously heavy. But this was a pretty good song. I like this song actually. I'd have to pay more attention to the lyrics and see what they're actually saying. I was, as usual, concentrating on mostly on the music. All right.
Hey, all right. So
Hey.
you're back, and I still can't get over the whole Neil Sedaka thing, man. You know your stuff, I'll
No,
tell
no,
you.
no. Captain and Tennille. You took
Right.
the Neil out of Tennille
Oh,
and you
see,
made
now
it
I'm
into
going.
Neil Sedaka.
I'm going actually a few miles down the road then. So I'm going to bring it back because I think Neil Sedaka is also somehow involved in this. But anyway, right, Captain Tennille. So that said, before we get into any of that,
Neil Sedaka. This is going to be interesting.
I
Okay.
know it's going to be a great discussion. Everyone, hold on tight.
Good thing
We'll
I'm
try and
taking
navigate through.
notes.
So what'd you think about the song?
I really liked it. That's a catchy melody, you know?
And you absolutely never heard that song before.
No.
That's incredible.
There was a period of time. What year was this?
1980.
Okay. There was a certain type of sound that was in a lot of the British music that was coming out around then that I wasn't really listening to that stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, it just didn't grab me at the time. So, but that's good. That's good, especially for this channel that, there's these songs I
Well,
haven't
really
heard that
quickly,
I
you
can
know,
get for the first time.
we've talked with some other songs. We talked about like that post-punk era that was ending in like in the late
Mhm.
70s, going into the 80s,
Yeah.
and how it's kind of spawned
And things
a
kind
lot
of
of these
things became more electronic and polished
electronic
after
and
that.
polished. Yeah, it was
As
almost,
far as this kind of British stuff.
punk. I don't know if it was punk was dying down, but punk was sort of changing. Disco was dying down. I think disco was dying down definitely going into the 80s, and then and it was almost like then these young musicians kind of took both those sort of
Yeah,
those genres and like smashed them together and made
yeah,
some incredible music during the 80s, and right with Joy Division, like they were like right at the forefront of doing that. And so this song, I remember the song in the 80s, because I was definitely into what they called new wave at the time, that
mhm,
became then, alternative, but it was definitely new wave. We called it that for a long time. So yeah, this song was from I mean, I knew the song and I loved the song.
mhm.
I didn't know, I guess when I knew that we were going to do this song, then I kind of dove into all the history, and it actually has an amazing history attached to
Yeah.
the song. So, but before we get into that, just tell me more about the music, but the sound. It's just
Uh,
that beginning of the song, right? Where it's kind of like that.
yeah, that was interesting because it was like an acoustic guitar, right? I'm guessing it had that
It
sound to it.
sounded like an acoustic,
And
or
but
yeah.
I don't recall. I'd have to listen to it again, hearing it that much or that pronounced throughout the rest of the song.
So Bernard Sumner, who is one of the guys, along with Bernard Sumner, Peter Hook, and Stephen Morris, right? They were the three guys that went ahead and formed New Order after this group.
Okay.
And Bernard Sumner is the guy who's actually playing what they call like an echo, whatever, guitar, 12 string. And I think that's what he's kind of in the very beginning. He's
Yeah.
kind of like he's
Yeah.
just sort of
Yeah.
smashing
Yeah.
the strings on that,
Yeah.
And then there's some sort of like acoustic that kind of sort of comes in, and then kind of and then it just takes off with that that keyboard that's playing that melodic riff,
Yeah.
that then Ian Curtis, who's the lead singer, he's actually then really singing to that riff, love
Yeah.
will tear us apart again,
And
and
the lyrics were the singing was really subdued. You know.
very subdued. I think that from what I understand, they recorded this. There's two versions. So they recorded this the first time, and it was recorded the way it would sound when they played it live. And then they
Okay.
went ahead, and the producer, Ian Curtis, who was the lead singer, and the producer, they just were not satisfied with that version.
Okay.
So they went ahead and they re-recorded it. And I think and they wanted to kind of get that subdued. I don't know if that was the intent, but I don't know if they wanted to slow it down or they wanted to kind of bring his vocals down more. But um, he was also, so he wrote that song, Ian Curtis, I believe that's his name, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so he wrote that song, from what I understand. Um, it was kind of as like sort of as a sort of dark reply to Captain and Tennille. Love will keep us together, right? But I
Okay.
but I mentioned Neil Sedaka because my understanding is that Captain Tennille's song is a cover of Neil Sedaka's song that he
Oh,
recorded in
really? Okay.
1973. So you have Neil
I bet.
Sedaka,
Okay.
when Neil Sedaka is like
Yeah.
Mr.
Okay.
Bubbly, and then
Oh,
Captain and Tennille take this and
yeah.
they like
Yeah.
made it a huge smash hit in 75. And then this band comes out with, Love Will Tear Us Apart. And when you look at the lyrics, I mean, it's kind of like, I guess it's the realization. I mean, he was going through severe marital problems at the time.
Hmm.
And he was struggling. From what I understand, he had epileptic seizures. So he's going through that. He's going through, real marital problems. And at the time that this was
Yeah. It
written
sounds
and
that way.
released, and I think a month after this was released and it started, before it could even skyrocket, which it did, he hung himself. You know,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, it's just crazy. And it's such an amazing song, and
Was this their only hit, or what?
I believe so. I think it was the only hit. Um, so folks out there who are Joy Division fans, definitely put in comment.
Mhm.
Give us some more history on this band. Were there other hits, were there other songs before this one? Um, but yeah, and that kind of just did it in for the band. And then those three guys that I mentioned again, Bernard Sumner, uh, Peter Hook, who's the bassist, and the drummer Stephen Morris, they went ahead and they formed New Water.
Okay.
And New Water had its own success, right? We just did,
Kind of makes sense now. The name New Order,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow,
I mean, I don't know if
it
that's what you
does.
meant,
No,
but
I I wouldn't put it past the band to kind of come up with that, like that connection.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm glad you really like this. I'm kind of looking at. I
I
had some
did.
notes
I
here and
did.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Also, check out, Chris, when you get a chance. Check out the video to this song.
Okay.
They went ahead and they recorded it at, it's called T.J. Davidson's. It's a
Hmm.
studio where the band used to sort of rehearse,
Hmm.
and it's just very stark looking, like
Hmm.
even like the color of the film, and
Sounds like it matches the
it's a
song.
real, and also it has Ian who's singing, and he's very interesting. Even even his look was very interesting, and I've seen some other video footage too of him like in concert,
Uh-huh.
very very sort of in motion, animated, with the arms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very very interesting guy,
Do you know how
and
old he was when he died?
I think he was 23.
Wow.
So it's super wow, yeah. But the
Mm.
the song is, look, you and I know a lot of bands and artists. We love many songs by folks who are no longer here, who died way too soon.
Hmm.
And it's just, they leave us, they leave us these gifts. They leave us this,
Yeah. Right.
and so yeah, it's all part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
This
So
was
on
good.
that very
This was good.
somber
Good.
note, um,
Yeah.
hey, that's the way it goes sometimes, right?
Right.
Um,
But
yeah.
it's still that doesn't make it. It's still a good song. So I'm glad we did it. I'm glad you chose
And
this one.
And you know what though? It's funny that I'm asking like fans out there to kind of let us know some of like history and songs. My son, Sean, loves this band. So I think there are other songs. I guess your question was there
No, about a hit.
this their only hit, right? But I think they have other stuff that
Yeah, because I've heard
we
of
could
that
definitely get
before.
into.
I've
Yeah,
heard the name, so I
yeah,
would imagine they're more than a one hit.
yeah.
Kinda.
So that's good, right? I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, yeah.
All
And
right,
you
cool.
said somebody requested this, right?
Yeah, that's a great thing too. I believe in with some of the Smiths, I believe in the comment section for some of the Smith songs that
Okay,
folks were mentioning Joy Division. So
right.
happy to oblige.
Okay, yeah.
All right, great.
All
All
right,
right,
good deal.
so I'm going to take it out and
All right.
just let everyone know that, hey, thank you for watching this video. We really hope that you liked it. And if you did, hit the like button. And if you haven't yet subscribed, come on, join our family. This is great, our family, the ITM family, as we rise
That's
up and up
that's
and up. And with that said, I get Chris to smile again. And with that said, we'll see you on the next episode of Into the Music.
see y'all.